Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Paul, and welcome to the next video of the C++ programming tutorial. So, I know it's been a while since I come out with a video, but that's just because I've just been really busy, and a lot has come up in my life, but in a good way. I have a little bit of free time right now, so I'll be coming out with some more videos. I really want to hurry up and finish up this C++ series, the beginner series, move on to something more advanced. So today we're going to be finishing up loops. So then our next video we'll be talking about lists and arrays. Going a little bit out of order, but we'll be putting the two together in a video later on. So we're going to be doing a for loop today. So I went ahead and created, already in Visual Studio, created a new file or project, new project, Windows console application. I went ahead and added the include IOStream and using namespace and a return. Okay, so we all know what a loop is, right? So a loop is used for executing a block of statements repeatedly until a particular condition is satisfied. And we know in this case, whatever the block, this is the block of statements right here. Whatever's in here is the statement. So you don't have to write this exactly, but I put, so you'll know how everything is kind of set up, all right? So first we're gonna have an initialization, all right? So whether, you know, like I equals 4 or 3, whatever number, and then we'll have a condition, okay? We're basically here, we're initializing a variable. In this condition, it's gonna be whether it's kind of true or not. So if it's less than equal to or greater than equal to something. And then an increment and decrement is the last part of the for loop, which basically means are we going to increase or decrease the value until this is satisfied. So what we're going to do is let's go ahead and start off by doing for initial I equals, let's do 1. I like put space in here. You don't have to put spaces as much as I do, but I love doing it. Makes it a little clearer for me. I is going to be greater than or equal to 6. Okay, let's do 10. And then on our increment and decrement, it's going to be increasing. Okay, reason why it's increasing is because, well, I does not equal 10 yet, because why not? I is 1. So in order to get that to 10, we need to increase our value of I until it gets to 10. All right, and that's what the plus plus is for. And if you did minus minus, you'd be decreasing, but doesn't make any sense because, so now for our statement, we're gonna go ahead and put cout, we'll call this, so we'll say value of variable I is. Now, next, we need I. We have to put I in there. And otherwise, we're not going to be able to get that information and display it. It'll work. Our program will work, but it won't show any numbers. But so it's not. And then we need an inline. So, build a solution. Should be no build errors. If you forgot something, if it's build errors, you might want to check, make sure you have all your semicolons in the right places. You don't need one right at the end of here, but you do need them everywhere else. Start without debugging, and there you go. It'll say the value of the variable is 1 through 10. So that is pretty much it. That's pretty much it for that section. For increasing and whatnot. Now, if we wanted to do a different way, if we wanted to decrease it, we basically would just have to switch a few things, okay? And you basically can get it. All you have to do is make sure if you're gonna be decreasing, your initial variable needs to be higher, and then this, instead of saying less than, or instead of saying less than or equal to, you say greater than or equal to, and then give it a number. And then instead of doing the pluses, you're gonna do the minuses. And then you go ahead and if you build that, and wait for that, sorry, start without debugging, it'll then start from 10 and go all the way down. So that's pretty much for loops. Pretty, just for numbers and whatnot, it's pretty basic and pretty simple, but they can get very complicated real quick. So now we're gonna go ahead and do a do while. So we all know a while loop, okay? So we all know that while something it basically is a continuous loop until something is called for, whether it's true or false. But a do is going to do something, okay? And then you're gonna have you'll have some code, you know, here, and then basically within then after that you're gonna have a while. So let's go ahead, let's see how this works. So the code inside the body of the loop is executed at least once, then only the test expression is checked, okay? So if the test expression is true, the body of the loop is executed. This process continues until the test expression becomes false. When the test expression is false, then the do while loop is terminated. So this is only going to happen once, unless it is false, okay? So once it becomes false, it becomes terminated, but until then it's gonna process. This continues, okay? So we can go ahead and let's do a little bit of an example real quick. Okay, so we have our initial main. Now up here, let's go ahead and do a float. And we're going to do float number sum, and this is going to equal 0. Okay. Now, the float can just be just like a double, okay, which we've went over. Now the do is going to basically be, we're going to say cout, enter a number, and then we're going to go ahead and end that real quick. Instead of doing an end line, you can do an end line if you want. Then you're going to do number, obviously. So from here, sum number here. Okay. So now we're going to go to the while. Okay. So this do is going to ask us a number. We're going to enter in the number. And, oops. While number is not equal to 0, 0.0, we're going to go ahead and say, oh, so this is all in the, we're going to go ahead and cout total sum equals, and then we're going to go ahead and get the sum. So we're going to build the solution. Oh, my bad. Remember, console n. There you go. Now we're going to go ahead and start without debugging. Enter in a number. So let's go ahead and do 2, 4, 6, and then 8. And then now we're going to do 0.0, and then it's going to say the total sum is 20. So what we did here was the sum is going to start off, okay, at 0. And we could honestly start the sum off at any number we wanted to, but we, just for learning purposes, we did 0. Now we're going to add that to the number we get that we enter in. Okay. Now this is going to continuously happen. It's going to do this until someone hits this number, types in 0.0, and then what it's going to do is it's going to calculate the sum. Okay, that's how easy it is. All right. We could, like, I'll just show you an example. Let's do 1. All right. Now, if we did 1, and let's go ahead and hit 0.0, what do you think the outcome is going to be? 1? No, because it'll be 2, because we put our sum at 1. So there you go, guys. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, you can do this. Let's go ahead and do this real quick with strings. So we need to add include string. Okay. String. Let's do name. And then we'll do we'll keep this. Let's see. Let's just do like I don't know. This is just gonna be for learning purposes, okay? So we don't even need this. Get rid of that. Some name. Okay. Now it's gonna say, now we're gonna go ahead and change this. So enter a name. And then this is gonna be name. Now what it's gonna do is it's gonna continuously do this until name. So as long as name does not equal, let's say, Tom. Sorry for all the Toms out there. And then we're gonna say name was so with this, it's gonna be a little more confusing because we're doing strings now, we're not doing integers, and we're also not adding them. So we can go ahead and build this. It should be error free. Okay, enter in a name. Let's do Paul, and it'll keep going literally until you type in Tom. And then name, it's not gonna print anything out because we didn't do anything. So now we have to do name okay, perfect. Go ahead and build that, and then start without debugging. Enter a name. So let's do Paul, and then we'll do Tom. So now see how it says Tom, because it's getting the last thing that we entered in. But as long as the name does not equal Tom, or the name doesn't basically say it's Tom, then we know that the program is going to continue running through this little block of statements. So I know that little program wasn't like the best, but it's for learning purposes. It's, you know, as long as you understood and understand how this is working, then you got it. I mean, um, you just have to know what the do statement does and the while, and put them together, and you got it. Okay, you can do this with a bunch of stuff, not just strings and integers. You can do it a lot. But I think that's gonna end it for today. So yeah, guys. Thanks for watching. My next video is gonna talk about lists and arrays. Very fun stuff because you can start going into vectors. And then we're gonna start putting all this stuff together and make more complicated programs. And then eventually we'll get to object-oriented programming, which is my favorite. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoy watching this video as much as I enjoy making them. So y'all take it easy, guys, and I will talk to you guys later.